Welcome back, everyone. It is Eric from Rare Candy, and today we're back checking out an Arceus VSTAR deck that got top 8 at the recent Portland Regionals. No, this is not the Arceus Giratina deck that won the event. This is going to be Nathan Stratford's Arceus VSTAR Duraludon VMAX Umbreon VMAX deck that he took to a top 8 finish. So a lot of this is going to look very similar to the Arc Dura deck that Alex Szymanski played at EUIC, but like I said, instead of the Alolan Vulpix, Nathan did elect to play the Umbreon VMAX, which I think is a really good call going into this event. I was actually testing Umbreon going into the same weekend as well, so really cool to see a player have kind of a similar idea and take it so deep into a major tournament. But I really do like the Umbreon VMAX because it has the Dark Signal ability where whenever you evolve into it, you can gust up one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So this just allows you to make a lot of really aggressive plays and start pressuring the exact Pokemon that you want to. But also Umbreon is great because it's a dark type, and with the max Darkness attack, you can actually one-shot both Mew VMAX and Gardevoir EX, two very popular cards in the game right now. But with that being said, guys, before we get any deeper into the rest of the nuts and bolts of this list and get in some games, if you need any cards to complete this deck for yourself on Pokemon TCG Live, you can pick up codes from our friends at PTCGO Use coupon code RARECANDY at checkout for a discount, and Rare Candy's patrons have access to a variety of different perks, including an exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. I'll have links to those down below in the description. So let's hop back into our list for just a moment here, guys. The Umbreon, like I mentioned, is going to be for the Gardevoirs and Mews of the world, but the Duraludon, still a very good attacker because it has that Skyscraper ability that prevents damage done to it by Pokemon with special energy, but also Gmax Pulverization, pretty good in a variety of different matchups. This is actually our heaviest hitting attack and is our only way with a Choice Belt to knock out Dragonite V, which is a very popular card, of course, in the different Lost Zone based decks. And also going through effects is good. That means cards like Alolan Vulpix aren't going to give us a hard time. Goodra's not going to be able to tank as well against us as well. But you might have noticed we have a couple of other interesting Pokemon on the list. We have the Hawlucha from Scarlet and Violet that lets us place 1 damage counter on 2 of our opponent's benched Pokemon. So where this can be really good is, you know, Arceus with a Choice Belt, you're hitting for 210, which is a fine amount of damage, but there are going to be times where against opposing Arceus decks, you're going to be just 10 shy of a knockout on their Arceus Vs. So Hawlucha here does allow us a way to get around that, and also in conjunction with the Radiant Alakazam, we have a little bit of flexibility on where this damage is going to go. But heading on over to our trainer cards, we have 3 copies of Adventurous Discovery, which I think is kind of an average supporter a lot of the time, but where I think it actually makes a lot of sense for this deck is because this actually acts as a pseudo boss's orders because we have the Umbreon in the deck as well, which I think helps justify its inclusion in here a little bit more. Another interesting card that we have is going to be 1 copy of Volo in the deck, which allows us to discard one of our bench Pokemon V and all attached cards. So if we had to bench a Lumineon V at some point, we can discard that from play. Or if we're against like a Lost Zone based deck where they are chipping away at our Pokemon slowly over time, we can maybe discard something, deny them, you know, a big KO they were building up towards. We have Lost City as our stadium of choice just because, you know, we are a deck that's based around our own abilities. So we don't want to play Path like some of the Arceus Burrell decks normally would. And I really do like Lost City in conjunction with Umbreon in particular because it really does allow you some aggressive plays by just bringing up a Pokemon very quickly and then just sending it to the Lost Zone. That way it can never be recovered out of the discard pile. And the only change I've actually made to this list is that Nathan played a Karen's Conviction to allow, I guess, for some bigger explosive late game plays with Duraludon VMAX. I've opted to remove that in favor of a Raihan, just because I feel like Raihan's kind of a staple of Arceus decks, and especially if you miss like the turn 1 attachment and then your opponent gets a KO, you can still V-Star and grab Raihan to guarantee an attack. So I still like having that sort of insurance in the deck, but that's going to be the list we are trying out today, guys. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I've actually been experimenting with Umbreon a bit myself. And actually the same day that we saw the results from Portland, I posted over on Patreon my own list with Arceus Umbreon featuring the Burrell engine. So if you want an alternate take on this sort of deck idea, I'll have a link down below in the description if you guys want to get some bonus content and help support the channel. But with that being said, guys, remember to smack that like button to feed that algorithm. And let's jump in some games and see how this Arceus Dura Umbreon deck is going to do today. And okay, we have Burrell plus some lucky energies. I don't know what we're playing against. It definitely could be Arceus. If we're seeing the Burrell, that makes the most sense. But Lucky Energy. That makes me think Lugia, but Lugia wouldn't be playing Burrell. Okay, we got a Klefki. I remain puzzled about what we're playing against here. Well, Nest Ball. I don't know what we're playing against, but let's get Dura down just in case. Doesn't seem bad just to have the option. They're playing Lucky Energy, so Special Energy Hate could be good here. I mean, overall, I don't think our prizes are too hateful from what I can tell. So we're just going to do this and pass over to our opponent. So really curious to see what we're actually going up against here. Okay, Level Ball. Are we going to see another Klefki? I would imagine not, but we'll see. Maybe a Bidoof since we know they're playing Burrell. Okay. Path. Okay. And Judge. Okay. Interesting. Pretty good hand, though. We just need to get an energy. That is what we are lacking. And it passed us. I'm still very confused what we're going up against here. Broken top deck. So unfortunately, we can't Starbirth. And truth be told, I still don't know what we're going against. So I'm just going to Chorus because... yeah, seems okay. Let's see. Lost City. That's good. I don't know if we need Hawlucha, so I'll grab it just in case. Okay, all those seem like good targets to get rid of here. So we could even bring up the Bidoof. What is their attacker? That's what I'm wondering. So I think we're just going to Trinity Nova. I want to start powering up Duraludon VMAX since it's our heaviest hitter here. Like we could have bumped the path. Used Umbreon to knock out Bidoof, which I think is valid. Like, I was thinking about just chasing this down because that's part of their draw engine, but we might need to save Umbreon for an attacker to bring up. Because we don't know what we're going against, so it's hard to know what we should be trying to take out here. Okay, we see a Burrell. Getting rid of Dunsparce and Manaphy. Is this Blissey? Trying to think what this would be. Okay, it's Oinkologne. Yeah, I think we're cool with this. Yeah, we're definitely just going to chase down Lechonk, though. Absolutely. I mean, even chasing down Burrell isn't that bad, but this is their only threat, so we just need to take that thing out. So let's just go ahead and Lost City. Umbreon VMAX. Bring up Lechonk. And there's the victory screen. That's cool. Okay, that should have been a pretty good matchup for us, I would say, between the Duraludon, the fast start we had, them not having many basics. I think we were in a good spot there. Okay, some sort of Giratina deck. This definitely could be Arctina. They got the Arceus sleeves. Them going first is a pretty big advantage too, though. Especially with us, like, we'll have a decent first turn, definitely, but beyond that, we're not looking too good. Let's see what we top deck here. Okay, that's actually pretty solid, I gotta say. So let's go for the Nest Ball. So I think this is what we're going to do, guys. I really would like to save Adventures Discovery in case they judge us. So do this. We'll do this. And we will just pass over to our opponent. And there's the judge. So that's why I was like hesitant about playing the Adventures Discovery, but it's fine. Okay. So we can guarantee Arceus VSTAR. Ooh, and they're just gonna have to attach to the active Tina. That's perfect. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we can actually get a KO. Because of Hawlucha as well. Ooh, there's Ready Alakazam too. So Adventures Discovery. Grab this, and probably grab Lumineon as well. I don't think we need anything else that's there. Let me just double check that we have Belt in deck. We do? Okay, that's cool. Actually, I don't think we're going to be able to get there, guys. We need energy switch and Hawlucha. So we're just shy of making this happen, unfortunately. We'll just grab a dark energy and probably switch. I'm fine attacking into this guy here. Yeah, so we'll switch. We'll do this. I think we'll do this too, because if they don't evolve this guy, we can Hawlucha this Tina to finish it off. Like, I'm tempted to just bench the Lumineon here and force them to judge us. That seems like such a liability, though. We're just gonna smack this guy. If they judge us, like they know that we grabbed Lumineon, so they might even judge us regardless if we played or not. Okay, we probably just power up Dura here. So, did they find something good off of the Abyss Seeking? That is the next question. Okay, there's Boss. Cool with that. We have the DTE, so we can retreat if we want to. And another Abyss Seeking. Okay, that's pretty big. I feel like it's kind of hard to lose this one at this point, guys. Yeah, there's the victory screen. So we'll take it. Okay, not exactly a hand you like to see, but the good news is we do have a supporter, we do have an S-Ball, we do have an attachment. Now, the one thing that could be scary, though, is if our opponent is threatening a turn 2 KO, we almost kind of need to get double turbo energy. We'll have to wait and see what we draw, but I'm just trying to think if we Nest Ball before or after the Chorus here. Because if we Nest Ball before, it thins a Pokemon out of our deck. It makes it less likely that we hit additional Pokemon off of the Chorus, but if we do thin, it also does increase the odds of hitting double turbo. So that is sort of the trade-off. Yeah, I think we need additional attacker. Actually, probably Duraludon V specifically. We need Duraludon V or Arceus V, because Nest Ball can find the opposite one, and then a DTE. Ooh, yikes. They failed a generator. Feels bad, my friend. Okay, XP share. That's cool. And pass to us. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go for the Chorus here. Arceus, that's good. We kind of have to take a few of these here. Probably go for Boss, in all honesty, right? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. This hand ain't great, though. Not going to lie to you guys. And we're just going to pass over to our opponent. So we need a good top deck. The Chorus didn't really find us much for next turn. Like, it did give us a basic, but we didn't hit supporter or DTE, which we kind of needed to. Okay, now Raichu V is actually a little bit scary for us, because this is one of their only ways they can actually nuke a Duraludon. And a passer to us. Okay, so we're a little bit fortunate in that regard, and we definitely top deck something good. So can we get a V-Star? We do get a V-Star. This, and I wouldn't mind Adventurous Discovery for the next turn, though. I forget how many medals we had, so I'm just going to take these. So, Starbirth. What else do we want? That's the other question. Maybe even, like, Nest Ball, maybe? I'll say sure. So yeah, we'll switch. Evolve and Trinity Nova. Okay. So we've definitely dodged, I think, the sketchiest part of this. Ooh, okay. A little bit unfortunate about no metal energy in deck, but we have a couple in hand, so it's fine. So yeah, we'll do fighting, metal, and dark over here. So next turn, definitely want to take out Raichu. This is, I think, definitely our biggest threat that we have to contend with. Because if we take this guy out, Duraludon just kind of goes unchecked for a little bit. Okay, that's fine. We'll give them Hawlucha. Seems fine. Only bad thing about maybe feeding them Hawlucha is that it could open up their prize map to be a Hawlucha, Arceus, and a Dura to win. Okay, and a Serena. Let's see what they're going to get rid of here. So they must have top decked the Serena. Okay, getting rid of the Magnezone. Interesting. Definitely seems a little bit odd. Huh. Maybe they prefer the attacks over here instead? Not sure what was up with that, but I feel like they would probably want their Magnezone VSTAR. I'm not going to argue with it. I'll take it. Okay, and it passed us. Great. So I think... feeling okay about this one right now, guys. So we're going to switch, or escape rope, I should say. Let's see what they're going to feed us here. I think we just still boss the Raichu either way. Okay, Flaaffy, don't really care about you too much. Definitely bring up Raichu. And do we want to use Radiant Alakazam? That's the next question. I feel like we don't really need to. We could start setting up for a KO over here, but I don't think that really changes our prize map, so we're just going to do this. I want to leave our bench space open. Like, for us to get good value out of Radiant Alakazam, we would literally have to move every damage counter off of Miraidon onto the two Flaaffys, and I don't think we have enough turns to... I think the game's going to be over before we make that happen, basically. Especially since they got rid of their Magnezone VSTAR, I'm not really worried about setting up math over here. I mean, unless they're playing a 2-2, there is genuine consideration to maybe have just moved some over here in case they do. But I feel like most of these Miraidon Flaaffy decks, from what I've seen, they're playing like a 1-1 or a 2-1 Magnezone VSTAR, so I'm just betting on that's the case here. Okay, Magnezone's going to come up. What are they actually going to attack with? I'm guessing Splitting Beam? They also could just keep trying to drag stuff up with Magnetic Tension. But that doesn't seem like a winning strategy. I feel like they rather just soften up the Dura here. Okay, there's going to be Serena. Okay, they're going to bring up something else. All right. Umbreon makes sense. It has a heavy retreat cost here, and it's not powered up yet, so it makes sense. Okay. I'm kind of cool with this. So, we'll do this. We'll retreat. And then next turn, we have boss or Ultra Ball to just win. So, yeah, we're just going to G-Max pulverize this thing, and I don't think we do anything else here. Yep. Like, even if our opponent plays another Raichu, we still just boss up Miraidon for game, so... But they would need a good bit of energy, right, to make that happen. So we have 290, or no, we have 300 left, so they would have to discard. But 5 energy, I think, with a Raichu V, which honestly isn't that hard to do. But I'm feeling good. Even if... I think the worst case scenario would be, like, Judge Raichu knockout, because that would take boss away. But yeah, we have game in hand right now. Our opponent would need to, like, paralyze us or something weird like that. I don't know what they could do that would help them get out of the hole that they're in right here, but we will find out, I suppose. Okay, Sky Seal Stone. So they actually could get 4 prizes and tie up the game, which actually would be kind of insane. Yeah, if they have an attachment for turn, that actually would get them there. Oh, and just going to pass over to us. That is unfortunate. So, on that note, boss's orders, bring up Raichu, and yeah, that's going to be the game. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it today for our Arceus VSTAR Duraludon VMAX Umbreon VMAX deck. I've been having a blast with this thing actually. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've been experimenting with Umbreon. So it's just really cool to see someone take this card and this idea so deep into a major event. So if you're looking for a unique take on Arceus, this is definitely a good one to try out. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy today's content. Of course, if you did, remember to leave a like on the video. And if you're feeling a little extra generous and want to take that support to the next level, you can also become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.